Hello, everybody. We are so excited to have Angela Hoffman with us today. She is the mastermind and the creative artist behind Floriography, obviously, flowers, beautiful flowers.
Yes.
She is driven by the passion for art and the beauty of flowers as an expression of the couple's personality and the absolute joy of the day. And she's actually well informed to do this, coming from a background in interior design and fine arts. I have to say, I've worked with Angela and her crew many times, and one of the things that I'm struck by is that her flowers, they're gorgeous, they're creative, they're different every time, they're colorful and beautiful, but they always seem to be exactly right for the space. They feel like they've been there forever, and it's so exciting when I know I have Floriography. I know everything's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Oh, Angela, tell us about how people go about figuring out what's going to happen on that day, because if I had to do flowers for my own event, I would not even know where to start.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you, Celia and Andrea, for this invitation to talk about flowers today. And I am really excited to share with you. So the design process starts pretty much the moment that I get an inquiry in our website and I get to know more about the couple even before I meet them. I definitely have an eye to make sure that I research about what they like and I get to have some inspiration pictures ahead. We have a meeting. And it's really cool because by that time I already into my artistic juices are going and I am ready to start working on every idea that they have. And when they come and they meet me in person, or nowadays we do a lot of Zoom meetings as well too, we get to share and we get to get a lot of information from them and create a beautiful design for our next meeting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I see that on your website, which your website's very beautiful. So you create a color palette with them, and then you do the drawings, visual sketches. I think that's fabulous. You can visually sketch out the drawings of what it's going to look like, and people use their Pinterest boards and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's correct. So Pinterest boards and any like inside pictures that they send us is pretty much an inspiration. But here at Floriography, we take that inspiration and we turn it into a work of art. And that is wonderful because I went to school for art, as you mentioned before, and it's a great outlet for me to sketch, do kind of like that watercolor sketch that, makes, everybody inspired. And it's so beautiful, but then it gives me that confidence of what kind of design I'm creating for the couple and if it fits for who they are.
So it's obviously more than putting some flowers together in a bouquet. It is a design. It is an art design. How far in advance do you need the couple to book you so that you can, number one, create what they want and then get the flowers? I don't know how long that takes to get. So what's that? How far in advance should a couple contact you?
That's great. I love when the couples contact me at least a year in advance.
Yeah, that's always best.
Yeah,
the earlier the better. However,
sometimes it's like, I'm getting married next month, but I love your work and and if I have the day available, definitely will work with them
if needed.
But basically that, when we get the couple within a year in advance is so helpful just because I could start creating a process of design. And then during that year, we have meetings. And then the last meeting, which is the final meeting where we create the demo, which is the final floral design that they will approve. From that process of a year to that day, a month before the wedding, things could change, but then we're able to work with them. But then also that final day is like, okay, this is the flowers that I love. And a lot of couples, when they come here to our studio and they see their final demo, they just fall in love with it. They're like, oh, you read my mind. It's beautiful. And it's because we have been doing a process of working for a good time. I get to know them personally as well too. So then I know really what they're looking for.
Yeah, it's a personalized experience. It's not a cookie cutter. It's a personalized experience, which I think couples are they're embracing that more. Celia and I see that more and more with our ceremonies that we do. It's personalized. It's not one size fits all. And they, in their decor, they like that as well. Beautiful.
Correct. And then to answer the question about the process of ordering the flowers. So a year in advance, we start the process of designing. So a month before, just right there when they approve everything, then we're able to order the flowers. So let's say the following 2 days, we order flowers. It is actually something that is a count. I make sure that the colors are correct, that everything is looking beautiful, that the flowers are confirmed. And then I follow up with the wholesalers and the local farms to make sure that I have the accurate colors and the look of the flowers that we're looking here at Floriography to work with.
And you'll combine flowers into, I'm looking at your website and you have different venues. Like I know you worked with Celia at the Ryland Inn,
Yeah,
and
quite a bit.
and you also you'll combine your flowers for centerpieces with your vintage antique golden candlestick holders, or your seating chart is absolutely, how beautiful is that?
So pretty.
Great.
In the clay pot. Tell us about what else you can combine with the flowers.
So right now at Floriography, we have an idea, and it has been a philosophy of combining beautiful elements with gorgeous flowers and gorgeous floral creation. That's what it really, that's the a secret sauce that we have in here. And it's because we have that interior design background. We want to make sure that the flowers are not just flowers on a table, but that interacts with the room, with the decor, with the elements that we're going to bring. So that is something that we create during the design process as well too. We make sure that, oh, the carpet there is that color. Oh, the walls are pretty. So we want to make sure those colors are working. Nowadays, a lot of venues have this very white canvas look, which you could do so many things, but then you have to take in consideration the architecture of the place. So that's what we do here. And one thing that we're working now on Floriography Designs is that we're going to be working with a lot of vintage elements. Actually, our new home here is going to be half of a vintage shop with Floriography Designs, which is just like the perfect marriage between, because we love so much all that interior design and florals together.
It's
so
an actual shop people can go to.
it will be an actual shop. It will be open in the month of July.
Hey,
where's the location? Congratulations.
Yes, it's actually in Dover, in Kenneth Street and Berry Street.
Okay.
Cool. Oh, that's so exciting.
Congratulations.
Wow.
So you guys are in Dover, New Jersey.
Yes.
And I know that you've done a lot at the same venues that Celia is in. How far do you travel?
Oh, so we travel to New York, we travel to Pennsylvania, all the way to the south of New Jersey, and all the way north of New Jersey, even Connecticut. As long as I am in love with the wedding and the couple, I will definitely make it beautiful.
I love
travel distance.
You take in the colors, and if there are no colors to work with, the architecture, that's brilliant. I love that.
Oh, it's so, as I said, it's so evident because the things that you do, they're really more like installations than just flowers, because they, we were together at Ryland last summer, and in an outside space with an archway, and it just, all of this looked like it just belongs there. It's so pretty. And it's not distracting in a way of like why is that there? Why is that thing there? So we've got this insane, beautiful, gorgeous view, and now we have these things that are in the way. Nothing is ever in the way. It's always an enhancement of what's there already, which I think is really pretty fascinating.
And on that, I'll say, I want to ask, is there anything you won't do or that you tell people not to do? And I say this because I was at, about a month ago, I was at a beautiful venue. I was at Shadowbrook, and it was gorgeous. And the flowers but they had also the glass containers going like every other, with the floating candle in it. And some of them have flowers, and like on every other aisle going up. Before it even started, three had broken, people going to their seats and stuff. Don't put the glass containers with water beside the
And
aisles.
the
If they
aisle.
don't break before the wedding, when everybody leaves, they've
Mm.
seen it way too many times.
Oh my God. And the candles. We've all seen people going up in flames.
Yeah, well,
It's not a
On
good
the
look.
floor.
It's not
Get
a good
that
one.
off the floor, people.
that's right. And you know, that's something that we always talk about, safety. I mean, I'm so
Yes,
big
that's
on safety.
good.
Well, it's an
Because
aspect to it, right?
that's
Yeah.
correct, because we could go very happy with flowers and creating beautiful installations, but if they're not safe, then we have to worry about that liability, and then not just liability, but ruining somebody's wedding. So you don't want that. So what you want to do is just making sure that every venue has their policies and what they would like to do, what they won't do, and what they allowed. And that's
Yes.
very important as a professional in this industry to know where you're gonna go and what you're gonna do.
Right.
But also advising the couple what is safe and what is not, and what we could have, avoid something like that, and just, make their day beautiful with a decor that is elegant, it's beautiful, it's timeless, but it's not going to be a hazard.
So beyond the artistic side of it, making this beautiful, you have to understand a wedding and guests and aisles and ceremony and seating and being able, we have this beautiful arch and it can easily be moved behind the couple's table and things like there's a professionalism and an experience to it to think of all the aspects to make the whole day to go from ceremony to reception.
Yeah,
Correct.
you bring up a very good point too, because I did a wedding over the summer. I know it wasn't you, so it's not going to be like, oh, wait a second. There happens to be a staircase that people come into the room on the staircase, and the bride, both of her parents are, a little bit on the older side, and the bottom line is the banister was really important because everybody's watching them come down these stairs, and they wanted to be, the banister was covered with flowers. They could not hold on. And I'm like, of course, I'm at the front now and I'm looking at the back, and the mom looked like terrified because she's now walking down these stairs in front of all these people and there's nothing to hold on to. It sounds like a real weird little thing, but like you can't put gigantic piles of flowers on the banister if people are actually going to try to use it.
Yeah.
That's right. So what is that actually is, like, I would say, a poor decision on design, because you have to think about that. If couples are going to go down the stairs, there is nothing on the way. It's a narrow staircase. You don't want to put candles everywhere and then, set things on fire, or
Right.
their parents coming down the stairs and they need a railing to hold on to it.
Yeah.
So all those things are things that we discuss with the bride and the groom. And sometimes it happens that the bride says, "Oh no, I'm very shy to go down the stairs, and I'm going to be shaking, seeing all that people." And then we said, "No, let's create a decor that is light and nice, so you could have security by holding to the banister and coming down the stairs."
That's experience
Yeah.
and being professional and know what we're creating beauty, but it has to work with the day. I'm by the shore. I do a lot of beach weddings.
Oh, beautiful.
And you can tell when somebody hasn't thought it through and they get some kind of flower or the plumes that don't work on the beach in the wind. It's like they're all blowing away.
Yeah, the rooftop weddings where like everything is everywhere. Yes.
Yes, that's right. That's one of the things too. And we have a venue here which is really beautiful. It's called the Lake Mohawk Country Club.
Oh, I love Lake Mohawk. Yeah.
And we know that the wind there is a factor. Every time it could be a nice sunny
Yes.
but we want just to make sure that we bring a lot of weights and anchor everything really well, especially if we're creating an arch, a hoppa, or any other structure in there by the lake, because it's the wind factor, and we just have to account for it all the time when we work there.
Now,
Yeah.
I like the idea that you take, again, the colors and the architecture, because if I came to you as a bride and you said to me, what's your vision? What do you like? I love it all. Like,
Yeah.
do you ever get people that say, I just love it all. I I don't know.
Yes.
And so what do? You begin with the venue, her colors. How do you break that? You tell me what I should get, you know?
Yes, that's right. So what we do is that, having the experience of going to so many beautiful venues, we know what it goes right in the place and what it will be beautiful and timeless, because more our work is pretty much, if I would say in a word, it will be timeless, that I want to see it in 10 years and I just say it's gorgeous, not just a trend. But that's what we do. We work with them and we say, okay, which colors do you like? What makes you happy? Tell me something that sparks in you. And then I could just start putting together a color palette, an idea, a style. And another way that I tell them too, tell me, I mean, if you like kind of like French country, or you want the high big arrangements with a lot of crystals and clear glass, or if you want something botanical, tell me what makes you spark inside.
I like that. What makes you happy? Yeah.
What makes you happy, because that day is going to be forever memory, and we want to be part of that memory.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. Isn't that that's one of the joys of doing what we do, right? Is that we are part of someone's, and it's so humbling and so joyful to be part of someone's special day that way, that they're going to look back on the memories of their flowers or their ceremony or their whatever of that day. And that's really, that's a real beautiful part of doing what we do in the wedding industry. Yeah, that's great. What makes you happy? It's also the first time, Angela, that the couple presents themselves as a couple, like it's their design together, their colors, their vibe as a couple.
Correct. And then just to think about, not just only family that knows them so well are going to be there, but yes, family, friends, people that have not, talked to them in a while, and they just want to see them in the most beautiful day of their life, and everything got to be beautiful around them. I mean, flowers, some people say, oh, I will just put something on the table and it will just look fine. But I don't think so, because number one is what we do here and we live for. But number two is because that is going to be a memory multiplied by 100x amount of guests and family and friends. Oh, everything looked beautiful. It was breathless. It was, we can't imagine something so beautiful. It looked like a garden in there. So that's kind of like what your guest is going to say after the wedding. And that's what they're going to take. They're going to say, oh, it was a beautiful wedding. It was well crafted. It was gorgeous. The environment was amazing. We really enjoyed it.
The floral design is such an integral part of the vibe, the scenery of it. It really elevates the experience, and it's such a reflection on you. And you're right. You know, many brides now choose to save their bouquet. You know, there's a way to save them. There are places that do that.
Yeah, we've had a couple on, actually.
Yeah,
you know, they save them in acrylics and glass and like objects, and not just, pressed things. We have somebody who does that as well.
Yes.
But, it's interesting though, as you were talking, I was listening, and I feel like I've done a couple of weddings recently where the flowers were extremely minimal, and it just felt sad.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be like a 4-foot overhead, with dripping orchids into everybody's salad, but it's just like this was kind of like sad.
Yeah, well, there's a way to do minimal, right, Angela?
Yeah, absolutely.
I did a wedding where they just had like little bitty vases and like 1 or 2 flowers in each, but there was a row. It's like there was something delicate about it,
That's right. And then what we do when that happens is that we what we do, like, for example, when a bride that says, oh, I just don't feel an interest for flowers. It happened to me. She's getting married.
Wait a second. Is there a person alive who would ever say that? I don't understand that.
Yes, I do get them. I do get them. And the mother is right here next to me, and the groom, and she's telling me, I just really like how you design, but I'm not interested in flowers. And I'm like, oh, really? She's getting married next month. And then I talked to her mom 2 days. I talked to her mom, sorry, just getting some phone calls. I talked to her mom 2 days ago after the meeting, the demo, and she said, well, Abby loves flowers now. And she didn't like flowers before, but just you made her love flowers. She's learning all those names, and she's just thrilled about
that's so funny.
So that's really nice. So we really bring that to the couple. We give them that floral education through the wedding, and they just fall in love with flowers. And sometimes when they come and they said, I don't know nothing about flowers, what is my best thing to do is just, I'll teach you about flowers and you're gonna fall in love with flowers.
I like that.
Excellent. I like it. I like it. I still don't understand how people could not like flowers. That's just beyond me, but
Yeah. And it could be that they have not been exposed to it, or they haven't had the time to learn
Yeah.
about it. And once they just learn about how many beautiful flowers, how they smell, all put together, they look gorgeous, they just start looking for flowers. They love it. They love it. Yeah.
Wow.
So I have transformed many brides like that through my my journey as a floral designer.
Oh, that's funny. What are you seeing? Are you seeing, like, we're not like big trend people here, but are you seeing any trends on your end as you move into, like, summer and probably even a little bit into fall weddings?
Correct. So a lot of the things that are happening now is this combination of pastel multicolor or wildflower multicolor.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, going pastel and then vibrant colors together. That is a big trend. A lot of farm tables with lots of those beautiful flowers lined up and those colors working all together. A big trend right now, those ginger jar bases, the blue and white, very vintage. They love them. They love them. And they are looking for just white flowers, very simple, elegant, because the jars are already very ornate and elegant. They're ceramic jars.
Wow. I love that.
Yeah. Very, very pretty.
Interesting.
So, and I find more with the couples that we have that they're looking for original things. They're looking for unique things, but also they're looking for beauty more than ever.
Yeah.
Not just a simple hydrangea and rose bowl with greenery. They're looking for, I want this coming out and I want this flower to open up. And what about if this color is a little darker than the other one? So they talk to you like that a lot. They are very into design and making everything beautiful.
Yeah.
Pretty.
That's great. You have a great website and Instagram. And I want to tell our listeners that we will be putting a link to Floriography, Artistry, and Event Design, their website, as well as your Instagram site. And so listeners, you can go right there, click on it, and go right to her site and see her beautiful work. Really look through her portfolio and her inspirational journal. And you can see, your venue could actually be on there, because you've posted different venues, different weddings.
Yes.
And you can be inspired and call Angela for a meeting, and definitely check out in July her new store.
Oh, that sounds great. Perfect time to open it.
Yes, it's going to be beautiful. And it's something that it has been in my heart for a while. Just like we had in our heart Monarcha Farm. And we are working on that project as well too, growing our own flowers from our farm. Now is going into interior design, which I just love. Subjects that I love.
You grow a lot of your own flowers in your farm?
We're growing 3 types right now. Peonies, which we're in the season.
Oh, yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
We're planting dahlias because I fell completely in love with dahlias.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
Yeah. And hydrangeas.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's great to grow a lot of your own there.
Yes. Is very beautiful. And as you were mentioning before, our design is very wholesome. We want to keep the integrity of florals the way they are, the way they have grown, and just show the beauty of them.
Yeah.
Well, you do that quite well. And thanks for spending the time with us. I really appreciate it. And
Thank you.
I hope to see you again soon.
Me too. I'm looking forward to see you both soon and get to meet Andrea in person. So that will be.
I look forward to seeing your work. I mean, really, it's just beautiful. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today. And have a great day, a great rest of the
Yeah.
2025 wedding season and beyond.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I'm going to stop in your store next time I'm in that area.
beautiful. You're welcome. Both of you are welcome. And everybody listening to us, you're welcome to come beginning July.
Okay.
Fantastic. Good luck with that. Have a great time. Have a great day, and thanks.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
This podcast is brought to you by New Jersey wedding officiant Andrea Pertel, owner of For This Joyous Occasion Officiating Services.
And Celia Milton, owner of NJ Vows Now, also New Jersey wedding officiating services. We're up in North Jersey, and Andrea is down in Central and South Jersey. So together we cover the whole state, don't we?
Yes, yes.